So we could trap that in there, I think. But it looks like we could also do it the other way, too, if we needed to, for some reason. So this allows me to drop back down there. If I were to get a key, I could go this way and get shot. I can also go this way as well. Yeah. Yeah. Might need that. Maybe. Or maybe there's another one somewhere around I can find. Maybe not. But to get in the center, I definitely have to take down that. Yeah, this is what I needed the key for. I can walk back over here. But I wonder what good it would actually do. Suck it! You can do better, huh? That's right. And unfortunately, you can't just grab it through the wall, because that would be too easy. So I need one more jammer. Now, see, alternatively, we could have the ball get stuck on the other side. But I don't know how that would help us. Yeah, those are the keys I need. I don't know. I'm pretty stuck on this one too, to be honest. Alternatively, let's see what else we can do from here. We could jam that for whatever reason. That's not super helpful right now. We could jam that, which also isn't very helpful right now. Let me jam this really quick and get a better look in here to make sure there wasn't anything. Okay, I can't. Let's let it back out. Just, you know, just see. So there is nothing in here that we can do. We're gonna trap him inside here temporarily. Just so I can get far enough away. Then untrap him. I just want to see where he goes, right? Okay, he bumped into my thing. Whoops. And if I can't figure out anything from this, I'm going to end up looking it up. I mean, does that do anything useful for us is what I'm wondering. I don't think it does. No. Alright, I'm gonna look it up really quick. Okay, so this one's easy. This one's actually legitimately quite easy to my understanding. While you can't pick up the jammer through a wall, you can pick up a jammer like this. Which I think is kind of ridiculous that you're limited in that kind of way, but whatever. Like, you can't pick it up through a giant hole in the wall when it's right there, but you can pick it up if you're standing on a ledge above it. So, another important mechanic that we'll need to keep in mind, I feel. Alright, got our keys. Let's see if we immediately get shot when we open this. Okay, the wall protects us. What's that? Alright, dumb idea. No, can't do that. Can't do that. I thought we'd try. Just thought we'd try, you know? That's okay. Although we do have to get the keys back again. I didn't think about that, don't we? That's okay. Puzzle is easily solved now. That's probably the way a lot of these puzzles in this game go. Once you figured out the thing, it's easy. I kind of wonder how you are supposed to do that. Because, see, it's easy enough to get this far. Open the door. I mean, is that a technique? Not really. Nope, nope. The gun forgives none. Okay, I have a new idea. I'm not entirely sure how, like, grand this idea is, but we're gonna try it out. Since it does look like the orb does actually go all the way to where the door was and bump into it, it presumably goes farther than that. So I'm kind of wondering, can I get the ball to run into the gun and get it to blow it up? I don't think I've noticed that capability, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. I've got no other real ideas. It's not what I'm trying to do at all. But yeah, like, can I jam that, get the ball to go in, and then does that work? Will it blow up the ball, or maybe blow up the gun, or something? And it does. Alright. Interesting mechanic you got there, game. Hey God, did you see that? That was pretty cool. Anybody who already knows all the answers to all of these puzzles probably shouldn't watch me play this. Because I feel like you're just going to get yourself real aggravated. Alright, let's do the same thing where we rescue all of the things away from danger areas. Let's just see what's going on here. Okay, gun. Danger gun. What happens when we let that go? Where does he attempt to go? That is a good question. So he just stays in his lane. As long as we don't go near him, he's not going to bother us. Another gun. So we don't need that one there either, I don't think. Okay, blows him up. Excellent. Alternate benefit that I forgot about again. Bring that with us. The more of these things you get, the easier it is to do things. Ooh. Just give me a start. I saw one of those doors had a star on them, so maybe that opens that for me. Just give me all the shapes. I like shapes. Okay, cool. Stashed for later. Need a key. Woo! Okay, we can pass by there if we need to for quick. That's the shortcut way out. You know what I think it is? Because I keep seeing like textures of walls change for a little bit whenever that zap happens. Maybe we are inside of like a GLaDOS-esque testing area and it only looks like this. But you occasionally see bits of the world, you know, breaking away. Or glitching away, I should say. We get keys. So we need to disable both of those guns. We probably don't have to disable the orbs if we just run past them fast enough. Okay. Or we could disable them and then, you know, recover our things, if that makes sense. Good. I think he's going to stay in his lane. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, honestly, I feel like... Let me grab this a little bit safer. But honestly, I feel like we don't even have to really worry about the balls. We just zap these things and we're done. Alright. So I think we're done with this area. I think we've gotten everything. Oh, I see. So there is another star somewhere around here. Do you have more to tell me, or are you just beeping? It doesn't tell me exactly where that second star is, though, I don't think. Okay, I think he wants to talk. You know, I bet the second star has something to do with all these buttons. So it goes from 1 to 14, I think. I wonder if there's any hints on that. Okay. Ah, here we go. Part 2 has been designed to test your consistency of some of your outlier responses in the previous round. You'll be presented with a series of statements. Please indicate your agreement where appropriate. Okay, we're going to do this fast. Broadly disagree? I don't know. Broadly agree? I suppose. Wow, how did he know that I was going to say that? I mean, I don't think they necessarily deserve them. I wouldn't say they don't deserve them, but I would say they don't necessarily deserve them. Liberty of persons ought to be maximized. Broadly agree? That's correct. Value is created. It can be. Alright, I think we're done. That was weird. God, what's going on here? Alright, so I think we can get this now. Oh, this one's easy. And I guess it isn't hard to put 3 blocks together. What are you?
There is much that you may learn in the halls of my temples, for there is much that you do not know. That is why you are a child. But children are made to learn, and in time they come to have dominion over the lands of their home. So it shall be with you and your generations.
Yes, Robot Father, I listen and obey. So it looks like I missed a star in that first one, too. I don't know how important they are. Hopefully you guys can let me know if that's something I should be striving for or not. Computer, you're gonna have to give me a moment. I'm busy looking at stuff. Alright. Talos Principle. Whether it's true that Daedalus constructed the giant Talos, or others say he was the creation of Hefe something. What we may be certain of is that he was made of bronze. It's not Talos, it's Talos. I don't know why I said that earlier. What we may be certain of is that he was made of bronze and had but one vein within which flowed a liquid substance like blood, which some claim was quicksilver, and others assert was the ichor, such as flows in the veins of the gods. The loss of that liquid caused him to die, as a man dies when he loses his blood. May we not say then that Talos, though created as a machine or a toy, had all the essential properties of a man. He moved of his own volition, he spoke and could be spoken to, had wishes and desires. Indeed, in the tale of Argonatus, that was the cause of his downfall. If, then, a machine may have all the properties of a man, and act as a man while driven only by the ingenious plan of its construction, and the interaction of its materials according to the principles of nature, then does it not follow that man may also be seen as a machine? This contradicts all of the schools of metaphysics, yet even the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood. Alright, deep. Ian? My first day at the Institute for Applied Nomadics. On the way to work, I'm terrified. What if they don't like me? What if they're all geniuses and I'm a complete buffoon? Maybe they were just kidding about letting me work there. Trembling, I walk in, and right at the entrance there's a life-size poster of Jeff Goldblum. What the heck? Then I get it. Institute for Applied Nomadics. Ian, Dr. Ian Malcolm from the Jurassic Park movies. Jeff Goldblum. Dr. Sarah Bahai shows up smiling. We were trying to find a cool acronym back when the Institute was founded. She says, Inan? Ipin? Ipano? It all sounded stupid, but we didn't just want to call it Ian because, well, that's a name. And someone made a joke about calling it Jeff and it kinda stuck. So we're officially called Ian, but if you hear anyone referring to Jeff, that's our internal name, I guess. I know, geeks. Alright. That might be the same person that those first set of emails were, applying to. Athena analysis. Novel's first sentence, she woke up in an impossible place knowing nothing, signifies more than the beginning of another amnesia-based mystery. That we should not go so far as to read the entire work as allegory. Rather, while taking the science fiction novice at the core of the narrative at face value, we should... Having no inherent knowledge of the nature of the world, forced to rely on what we were told by others and what our own subjective, flawed, limited senses tell us. Social reality, belief, and objective reality matter come into conflict. When, in Chapter 16, A Second Awakening in the Kingdom of Artemis, the protagonist questions her mentor on the more meaningful interpretation can only be achieved through synthesis of... Alright. That's all we got from that. So let's get started. Are you male?
When I was a little girl,
Whoa.
One of our teachers, Mrs. Higgins, told us to make a time capsule, write letters to the future, so one day we could remember what it was like to be children. I thought it was stupid, so I didn't do it, which I really regret. So, I guess I'm gonna make one now, bury it in the archive instead of under a tree. I don't know if anybody will ever find it, but somehow it seems important to keep talking. To keep thinking.
In the beginning were the words and...
Oop, sorry.
When I was a little girl,
Oh, come on.
one
Can we
of our
speed up a
teachers,
little?
Mrs. Higgins told us to make
All
a
right,
time
fine.
capsule, write letters to the future, so one day we could remember what it was like to be children. I thought it was stupid, so I didn't do it, which I really regret. So, I guess I'm gonna make one now, bury it in the archive instead of under a tree. I don't know if anybody will ever find it, but somehow it seems important to keep talking, to keep thinking, for as long as I can.
Okay, that was that. There's another computer here. I was kind of curious if walking in the water would kill me. So I guess now's a good time to find out.
the beginning were...
Nope. God says no water for you. I like the amphitheater. I want to hear the whole thing he says. Let me go a little bit into the water and see if we can still hear it all or if it kills us.
In the beginning were the words, and the words made the world. I am the words are everything. Where the words end, the world ends. You cannot go forward in the absence of space. Repeat. In the beginning were the words, and the words made the world. I am the words, everything.
That's strange. See, we're getting a couple things. One, her talking about the archive thing. I want to say it's the same person getting the emails, but I don't know. And it almost feels like I said, we might be in some sort of illusion. Some sort of, computer-generated reality or something. And as we go into the water, we start to separate a little bit from it, if that makes sense. Of course, it kills us, but at that threshold between death and life, when you're a little bit in the water there, you kind of start to hear that chanting. Why can't I read any more of these? Why did I only read the first couple ones? Alright. Air log. The day I oft remember, when from sleep I first awakened and found myself reposed. Under shade on flowers, much wonder where and what I was, whence thither brought and how. John Milton. The human machine. One day you discover that you're not a human being, but a machine. Your life so far was real. I didn't know you could scroll these, by the way. No one controlled you or programmed you to behave in some specific way. Your physical and mental capacities are identical to those of an organic human being, but you were created in a lab. No one except you knows about this. Your family, your friends, they all think you're a regular human being like themselves. You could continue to live your life in a way you had before, nothing would change. How do you react? Pay specific attention to these questions. Does your concept of yourself change? Are you the same person you thought you were? Does your understanding of the world itself change? Do you reveal the information to others, or do you keep it for yourself? 1,500 to 2,000 words. The 26th is the final deadline. No extensions will be granted. Sounds like a college class. Og Solutions. All these common people are driving me mad. Have they all suddenly turned into Buddha or something? I didn't know the world had such reserves of serenity. Though these latter-day Gautamas are at least being somewhat realistic. You know what's even worse? There's paranoid nutters who are building bunkers and collecting guns. What are they going to do? Shoot? Though I have to admit the overall response had been much better than I anticipated, to the point where I might have been moved by the beauty of humanity if I wasn't such a grumpy old fart. This minority of total idiots is really messing up my final days. Anyway, the reason I'm writing here is because I refuse to believe in scenarios with absolutely no solutions. If we all put our heads together, we can figure something out. It'll be crazy, but crazy's better than dead. Crazy's what we do best on this planet. So it seems like the world is ending, for some reason or another. Or it did, as I previously anticipated. And we're in some kind of either simulation or at least the remnants of society, right? That's what it feels like. And there's a lot of, like, nothing here. I mean, I guess it's not nothing. There are, like, you know, computers scattered about. What was that noise? It's very strange. There's distant islands that I can't visit. But I wonder if maybe we will visit them when we visit the other worlds. You know, the other war points or whatever. Okay, we're back at the center. So, we'll get to those puzzles. Okay, so nothing else on this side as far as I can tell. Let's keep going. I'd like to explore everything first, and then we can... After that, we can look into the puzzles. Yeah, 'cause that'll be easy. Just look at the puzzles and go. Okay, there's another star there. If we can figure out a way to get a jammer from somewhere, we can get that. If we can get keys, we can also get into that. So I should be on the lookout for both of those. Have you noticed that, like, none of the statues have any heads? I wonder if that's symbolic for something, or if it's just that they're supposed to be withered and broken. And I know from a gameplay perspective, it's not abnormal that all of the models look the same, but I kind of wonder if it's supposed to have deeper meaning than they only have, like, 3 statue models. Cryptic messages! Excuse me while I bunny hop through the world. What I'm thinking is we're either going to find, keys in a scanner somewhere on this island, or two, one of these puzzles is going to have like a little staircase somewhere and we can actually sneak out a scanner with us. Is what I'm thinking. It's very peaceful. Whoa! Hello? Who are you? That kind of scared the crap out of me, to be honest. I didn't expect to have another person running around. Sorry, I'm trying to drink water while playing, not a good idea. Okay. So maybe it records your gameplay for future freaking the crap out of people purposes? Alright, well, it doesn't look like there's a scanner anywhere just lying around, so I am of the thought right now that we should probably just get started with these puzzles, and I'll keep an eye out and see if there's a way to drag a set of keys or, a jammer out with me. Suicide mission. Excellent.